Hello everybody, IRML, Rulcoil, Sniggles, aha, back again, 5 a.m. So are you staying up until 5, or are you just getting up early? Because if I was ready to watch something at 5, I would definitely get up early. Nino, an Alien, yeah, people are talking about that. Maybe I will do that. It's been a while. The low-hanging fruit, people already, we were talking about this the other day. People like things that they already like. Which is why fan art does so well, actually, I guess. Because people already like stuff, so you don't have to do too much to it. Compared to, like, giving them something new. Staying up late, jeez. Cats are gonna be a bit vocal. No buzz. Yeah, they're min-fed, so they're a little rascally. Maybe a mech. Let's see. Could be both. Fenrisk, hello. How's it going? Menu tonight. People were saying Alien. Because I missed Alien Day last week. So I'm thinking maybe that. It's been a while since I've done. How do I usually come up with character designs? It depends on what I'm doing. If it's something like this where I'm just drawing for the fun of it, well, I mean, if I'm drawing an alien, I don't have to do too much. Sith? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do Sith Lord Xenomorph. I was talking with some people about a My Little Pony xenomorph, but I'm pretty sure that must already exist, right? Yeah, it's the first thing that comes up. Yeah, look at that. There's a million of them already. Don't know if any of them are any good, but yeah. So we'll see. Let's get a bit of a background going. But yeah, as far as character design goes, if I'm just like making it up as I go along, basically that's usually how I do. If it's not work related, if I'm not having to do something for a specific purpose, that's basically how it goes. As long as you don't pull my headphones out, you can stay on my lap, mister. But he really is supposed to be fed at the moment. So I don't think he's going to hang around very long. Alright, I reckon I can maybe do a pony and make it cool. Kidding. Oh yeah, like I said, let me know if the audio seems a bit weird. apologies for the delay. Alright. How's everyone else doing tonight? I know it's obviously, seems to be, everyone who comes to watch is like staying up really late. Hopefully not everybody's like that, but you never know. I'm trying to like make up a whole way without actually doing any proper perspective lines or construction, and this is normally where it all falls apart. Like I realize I haven't set things up correctly and it just doesn't work. Oh yeah, save. That's probably handy. Supermart, hey man. How's it going? Nice. Alright, Fenris, well, good to say hello. Usually you seem to drop by at the start. It's awesome. Your support's fantastic. Thank you very much, as always. I did say to say hello. It's good for people to like be involved in chat and everything. That's the whole point. If no one's gonna say anything while you're streaming, then what is the point of streaming? Why don't you just record it and then put it up later? Left shoes, hello. Wallpaper collection, yes, that's the spirit. It's going very well. It's going well. Cats are being rascals, but you get that. So this is the sort of thing where I have the opposite problem to usual, where normally I just like start with a character and don't plan the background out at all, and then I'm like, oh crap, where do I go from here? Here we've got background and I have to like fit in somebody. But that's probably a better problem to have, honestly. You're probably gonna have a better, I mean, compositionally it might not be amazing. Maybe I've given there like not enough space for a person or something, but it's gonna look more realistic if you do it this way, I guess. Favorite art books? God, all the Brom books are incredible. His stuff's always amazing. I have a huge, most of my art books are actually out in the living room, but you can see behind me there I have all my game art books in here. So I've got Darksiders books that are incredible, all the Blizzard books, but it's a bit self-aggrandizing now. Not that, but that's always great. There are a million other artists at the company who are also amazing, and it's great to see their stuff in there. What's been something specific that I've liked lately? Trying to think. I mean, I've got a bunch of Frazetta books, which are always great. Alex Hawley is awesome. See, the problem I have with this currently is that it's not really lighting. It's mostly just shape. And then adding lighting into this may be a challenge. Should really be looking at a lot of I was gonna say $25 for the Darksiders one. That's not bad. All for game art books like that. The Warhammer Online art book is amazing too. I think you can get that on Amazon. It's not as bad as that, but yeah, man, crazy. Like that's so good. All of Mike Francina's stuff in there, so good. He's a Blizzard now too, which is awesome. Yeah, I don't think Torchlight ever did a book. That would have been sweet. Oh yeah, Jim Ed's amazing. Like his stuff is always super inspiring. I mean, the Battle Chase, I'm super excited about Airships game. I think that should be awesome. I know a couple other people over there too, and it should be sweet. Oi, stop it! No, chewing on my cable. No. No. You can sit on my lap, but you can't chew on the cables. Hey. Jimbe, hey man, good to see you. Yeah, good to see you indeed. No worries, we'll be putting these up on YouTube as usual. Yeah, should be good. Are people liking the YouTube stuff? I feel like it's probably obvious, but yeah, I probably should. Damn it. I should probably not. I don't know. It's awkward because YouTube now does, like, it allows me to post it, and it's just like, these artists will be getting money from the ads that play on your videos. Which seems to be a good way of going. I don't know if there are other places where that is, like, it either, like, doesn't work or it does work or whatever. I mean, I guess, do people care? I could just not stream the music and people probably wouldn't care. The topic today is actually My Little Pony Alien Xenomorph, but I'm doing a background first for some reason. So yeah, spaceship hallway. Vimeo, I have not. I mean, do they not? I feel like YouTube is probably an easier place. Though I do like. I mean, Vimeo has always been nice for watching stuff on there. What have I done here? See, this is what happens. This is completely wrong. Not, how often do I use reference while I'm sketching? Not often enough. Like, I should really have some hallway shit up right now. Legendary Stinger, I say, I will. Say hi. I show later. Or if she comes into the room. That was my chair, in case you were wondering. Oh, no, shit. Cats. No. Aramel? Yes. Yeah, go for it. That's what I'm here for. Ask away. I have 2 cats, yes. Rexor Fury. Can I tell you about the first art-related project I worked on ever? In the games industry, the first stuff that I worked on was not gaming, not PC gaming, but I worked for Privateer Press on their War Machine stuff. I was doing a bunch of illustrations for the rulebooks for that, for when they re-released, I think, like 2nd edition. So I did a bunch of Signar and Crix stuff mostly. That was great. Like, I really liked working with those guys. I was working with them right up until I got hired at Blizzard, and yeah, that was great. I actually I got the outsourcing guy got onto me there because Dan Levisi had recommended me, even though I had never really spoken to him at all. So huge shout out to him for getting me that gig, basically. But that was great. That was, I mean, I would still be working for doing freelance stuff for them if I was still freelancing. They were great to work for. Okay, so IRML, color theory rules and guidelines. No. Simple answer. I mean, simple answer is not really. Honestly, I have not done a lot of sort of studying of color theory. I mean, I know some of it, but whenever I end up like sitting down and looking at something like that, I never take it to heart, like literally. I just sort of I don't know what's a good way of describing it without sounding like too arrogant. I just sort of get it in my head and just work it out as I go mostly. And honestly, I feel like I should probably try and get something a little bit more solid down, because some of the time, and sometimes my stuff works okay without worrying about it, but I definitely do feel sometimes compositionally things don't work super well, and it could be because of that, or like my decision making isn't always amazing, and something a little more formal. Oh, get off that. Something a little more formal could help. A lot of it also just comes from like not necessarily looking at specific like tutorials on color theory, but from looking at people's artwork like artists who have a really strong grasp of it, and sort of basically following their like approaches. I do have James Gurney's light and color book though, which is amazing, and I would recommend that to anybody who is interested in that sort of thing. It's not super in depth or anything, but it's just, I mean, anything. I would recommend all of his books really, but. All right, now we've done a lot of. James, good to see you, man. Kitty just wants some food. I don't think they've been fed yet. Man, making me feel bad with your friggin' daily drawings for me. God, it's gonna get to the point where basically everyone's doing daily drawings every month of the year, which wouldn't be bad, honestly, but too much stress. No, that's not true. It's not that much stress. But they've been coming out great, man. Who's the author? James Gurney. Check him out if you do not know who he is, because he's amazing. Was one of like the Dinotopia books were some of the most, like when I was a kid, they were some of my favorite books. They're definitely like super inspiring for a very from a very young age. Even when I wasn't like had no plans on actually getting into any sort of industry, just as like a liking dinosaurs, liking art type thing. James, that's all good. It's all good. Missing yesterday. I guess it's funny. Like I can't tell. I don't remember. I forget that it's already friggin' 5 days into May. Plus, I guess it always just like there are so many people doing it that it always feels like there are actually only probably a couple of people doing it at any one time. But because Facebook, you're connected with everybody. You just get this sensation that everyone else is always doing more work than you are, and it's probably not really true. It's not bad motivation, really. Sunny, good to see you, man. Alright, maybe I should try and get a character in here instead of just working out my janky. It's too well lit. It's far too well lit for an alien. Top 3 books generally, as in for learning resources, or just art books? I guess it's sort of similar, but yeah, anything by James Gurney, amazing. Learning, honestly, I don't know. I don't have a lot of like tutorial-y books or anything like that. A lot of the time it's basically just art books of people that I know who do amazing art, and that's sort of where I take my inspiration. It's not necessarily books that have like, this is how you should do it. God, I'm definitely gonna spend way too much time trying to work out these freaking pillars. Do I know anyone on the Blizzard legal team? No, I do not, unfortunately. A typical day at Blizzard. Wow. Okay, so art requests from ADs. Well, normally art request never comes from Sammy. It's always from, I guess, usually design, but sometimes from. I mean, we have a pretty the pipeline for heroes now is pretty set because it's just like a cadence of release. So it's like every hero has this, and this. Like, so it's either concepts to begin with or like skin concepts whenever we do that. So they're all like piped through pretty regularly. Am I working on multiple things at once? Yeah, sometimes. Especially when it's smaller tasks, like I'll have UI stuff to be doing. I'll sometimes break off when a team realizes they need a concept for something that they hadn't realized yet, or schedule changes around a little bit and they suddenly need something that they didn't before. Deadlines are not crazy. Like, we've done a pretty good job. Like, our production does a really good job of keeping us pretty well scheduled, and so we're not like doing crazy crunch or anything like we sort of used to. What artist would I like to know personally someday or work together? Let's see. God, that's a huge list. Like, as in just artists that I admire. Someone that I've been like, who's been inspiring me since high school, is Bengal. And he's actually just like, he's been doing a little bit of work for Overwatch lately, which is like super cool. That'd be sweet. I don't know, aside from that, like, everybody. I don't know about working with is a little different, right? Because it depends on what you'd be doing. Ipso facto, hello. Creating a piece like this, do I ever think there's a downside to making it horror diagonal? Yeah, probably. It makes it a little difficult. Though honestly, the perspective isn't that different. Like, everything's, I can't use shift as much, but I think it adds something. There's still, I mean, it's still only 1 point perspective, really. It's not super complicated. I think it makes things a little more dynamic, and it's not like if it was like this. Like, that's not any easier to draw, really. So it might be, you know. Let's see. We do it like this. Honestly, maybe that's not bad. It actually sort of gives you a bit of a lower angle. Yeah, like that, maybe. Do I ever do random or projects? Traditional art. Whenever I do traditional art these days, it's basically all like gifts for people. So like, I just did a Mother's Day gift for my mother-in-law, which was like a pencil drawing, which is sort of nice. It's always nice to like give actual cards that are actually painted. So a lot of like Valentine's Day cards for my wife are all sort of like painted or drawn, or so sometimes it'll be watercolor or marker or something like that. Last year I did a painting for BlizzCon, which was fun for the charity auction. They wanted to do some traditional pieces to give away, which I thought was a really cool idea. So I did an acrylic painting, but really not a lot. Shindigs, hello. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Where are we? All right. Loving the brushes? Yay! All right, I'm glad. People have asked for them so long. I don't know why it took me so long to just give them out. I mean, I don't like having a lot of stuff behind a paywall or anything like that, especially simple stuff. It's not like I'm giving away secrets. It's fun to use. Downsides to creating it. Downsides to the final impact. I don't know, really. There are probably differences. The mood of the piece is gonna be probably a little more erratic, a little more, I don't know, I'm making this up. It will probably be a little more, more distinct. Like for an aliens piece like that, it's probably not a bad thing. It's definitely more dynamic. think I like it like this. Yeah. Unless it's an animatic. Yeah. Clarify. We don't do animatics a lot. Though if you've probably seen like the Laws of War thing that we put out a while ago. That was brought up because James worked on that with us. So it doesn't happen a lot. But there are, so they have a full team who are basically working on that sort of thing now. It's still mostly Laurel. So, I occasionally do little things, like I did it wasn't exactly animatic, but it was some storyboarding for a potential, like, trailer-ish thing, or like intro trailer, not trailer that we'd release, but like the intro that you'd get when you loaded up heroes. I did an animatic like thing for that when we were still playing around with some ideas on doing something like that, but never ended up happening. But it's fun to do sometimes. But I mean, yeah, we have an entire department who basically usually, like, cinematics is that. How long does an average project at Blizzard take compared to streamed paintings? It depends on the thing. Like, normally things will be done, like, if it's a small concept, like a character concept, I can be done in a day, potentially, or 2 days. If it's something like there's more, it depends on how much needs to be like created from new and what supporting stuff there is, but that works pretty well. For other illustration stuff, a couple of days maybe. Definitely feels a lot longer, but I don't know what it is, like streaming like this, I'm not super concerned on the final polish level. Like, if you look at this, it's all very rough still. And that's usually the bit that takes longest. Like, if I was like, right, this is going to be a really nice looking illustration, suddenly it'll go from, 2 hours to, it's like 8 hours to get this whole way looking decent. Because you just have to do so much, there's just so much cleanup. So there's a bit of that. Alright, eventually we'll get a character in here. When am I gonna get Laurel to start? I don't know. You have to ask her. Shindigs are all very rough. Yeah, I mean that is. Oh, wait, what are you, cat? No, what are you chewing on? Get off that! No, stop it. Sorry, gone. Yes, I mean, rough is a relative term. Like, it's not finished, like, illustration level stuff. This would be fine for, like, a concept piece for something. Like, if I was doing, hey, some environment art concept for, I mean, this is not exactly the sort of thing I work on, but you get the point. But even in that case, like, if I was creating something, say, for a map, for heroes, like, I would always be, there are a lot more things to take into consideration, like the style of everything else on the map, like a location of where it's going to go, then sort of like feasibility of how it's going to get built and how design want to use it, and like the shape of where it's going to go. So there are a whole bunch of different things that just sort of slow down the process a little bit. So if it's like super early on, you can get like, it can be really quick to do sort of blue sky concepts, but as soon as you start sort of like bogging down and this has to actually get made, it always takes a little bit longer. But I was talking about this last week, maybe. Like, I don't know why it takes me longer. Like, it definitely does, and it shouldn't take me longer to just do like something even that's relatively simple at work compared to just doodling here.
Ooh.
Thank you.
I don't know if the strawberries are still good to eat.
Chocolate.
Only if the strawberries not okay.
Keep it away from the cats. Thank you. Hopefully you can't hear that. Hopefully the mic isn't too sensitive. But yeah, I think it's an interesting thing to think about. And there are a lot more distractions at work too, which sounds weird. Honestly, there are a lot more distractions at home when I'm not streaming, and everything takes, unless I'm like super inspired by something, I'm like, yes, I just got to do it, like, get it done. Like, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Reddit, and I'm watching something on TV. While I'm streaming, it's a little bit like when I'm doing something on an artist stage, right? Like live painting, it's always going to be, like, I need to be working this the whole time, and even at work, I'm just, like, the emails come in, you've got meetings to go to, you've got to, like, go and look at other people's art. Six-foot Ewok. Is there anything I learned on the spot at Blizzard that I wasn't sort of prepared for? I mean, also almost everything to some degree. Like, that's not quite true, but certainly on the concept art side, working in a team and needing to create something that's not necessarily like a nice polished piece of art, but that gets the right ideas across, that has the details in the right spot to, like, convey what you need to the modeler or to whoever's taking it on. It was a big thing, because even when I was working freelance, it was all just like, yep, do your thing, get feedback from the guy who's giving you the brief, and you sort of do it. You're working in a bit of a vacuum, though. Working in a team is a lot different, and I really love it. Critique each other a lot at Blizzard? Yeah, a fair bit. I mean, it's not like official critique, but everyone will, like, wander around occasionally and, like, look at each other's stuff, see what everyone's working on. A lot of times, like, oh man, that's amazing. But everyone's always got, like, if someone's got feedback, it's always, like, taken very seriously. And yeah, there are varying levels of like structure to that. Like we do have art meetings, but the art meetings that we have usually, especially like the larger team meetings, are not. They're not like, hey, everyone get in a room and like let's look at everything and then give feedback. It's let's look at everything and be like, get a feel for what the entire team's working on more. And then if people have feedback, they'll pass it on. Yeah, exactly. Yelling at each other. I mean, it's a very professional environment. That's for sure. Lots of yelling. It's professional, right? That's what happens. I really need to put something in here. The other problem with drawing a really big background like this is that you don't ever want to like cover any of it up. Now we've got to decide which bit is the bit. And then like tangents and stuff. Alright, let's see. Sometimes what I'll do is like just block it out a bit. Phil, stop it. Your legs are fine. You don't need them for art. Anyway. God damn it. Portfolio review. Is there a way to get that? Send it. Like, there's not official portfolio review stuff. I don't do it a lot, but I don't think we don't have specific channels to do it. Yeah, I mean, we do definitely have stuff like at events. So if you'll have, even at like esports stuff, if you catch someone, or at stuff like GDC, we'll have people doing it. And some people will be more open to doing it like through Facebook or stuff. It's not that I don't like doing it. It's that I basically don't. Like, I'm just bad at getting back to people. I mean, it depends on, like, if you're only wanting, there's a lot of general tips out there that are sort of probably helpful, that it's like, and a lot of the time it's not a lot different to, like, anywhere else that you'd get stuff, but Blizzard specifically is very focused on, like, how passionate you are about, like, our products already, I mean, we have a very, like, I guess basically it's a house style that is pretty obvious. I mean, if you're a fan and you're someone who wants to work at Blizzard, a lot of the time it's gonna be like, oh, you're gonna be aware of that, but showing that you can do that sort of thing in your folio is surprisingly uncommon sometimes. There's not specifically, like, some people, like, sometimes I will do it through Facebook. If you send me a message, maybe I'll take a look. I think I have messages turned off at the moment. I'm not going to commit to anything. People just, yeah, no, not any direct way. I mean, honestly, like, if you think your portfolio is at a decent spot, a lot of the time, if you actually apply for something, you'll actually get, as long as you're at a reasonable level, you'll get feedback from the artists, from someone like Phil, about your portfolio. Like, they try not, I mean, they do sometimes, and it's a bit shitty, but they generally try not to just like blank, like turn people away without any explanation, especially on the artistic side. Oh, you guys. Nacho night. Yeah, I guess you don't need. I guess it's the Cinco de Mayo. Of course. Nachos. Yeah, places like QBrush, it's not directly like Blizzard related. It's certainly not anymore. But there are all sorts of places. I don't know if he does direct portfolio reviews. I'm sure it's a lot more tequila than that. It's quite possible that some of the other WoW guys also have like a channel or something. Yeah. So this is... Goddamn legs. Fredling, hello. I'm doing very well. My drink's almost gone though. What's the time? 8:40. All right. I've been going for about an hour. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna see you guys in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna finish off the alien part of this alien after the break. Yeah, that looks better. I should. Yeah, I'll be back in just a minute.